we've had this segment in the bag for a long time. We've been wanting to cover this. But then Russia invaded Ukraine. It didn't feel correct.
It felt a little unserious, but we had to get to it.
It's still important, which is that there has been a report, basically never denied by anybody. Let's go ahead and put this up there on the screen, that CNN and MSNBC have been courting Jen Psaki in order to join their network. And in fact, the title there reflects, is Jen Psaki the next Rachel Maddow? MSNBC producers apparently believe she could be the one to take over the primetime time slot. There's so much to be said about this. Number one, Jen Psaki is not that talented. I do not like Rachel Maddow, but she's better than this lady.
Rachel is talented.
Yeah,
you have to hand it to her.
You can't deny it. Same with Tucker. Many of these people, you may not like them, but they're good at what they do.
Yeah.
Jen Psaki is not that good at what she does. But number two, if we want to talk about state TV, this is as state TV as it gets. And there were all, you did a whole monologue on this about Brian Stelter, wrote that whole book about, oh my God, like the fusion between the Trump White House and Fox News. By the way, that was really gross. I thought it was disgusting even at the time. And, Kayleigh McEnany immediately going to get a job there. Same with Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Not good for Fox's reputation. Same thing though, on this side, right? They're all willing, in order to point that out, this is the same deal. The active White House press secretary interviewing and meeting them for a job interview while she is then being asked questions by those people. Is that not as outright corrupt as it gets? Now, look, she can claim whatever she wants, but she doesn't deny that they've been courting her. And look, she probably does want to be a TV star and get paid millions of dollars. Who doesn't want to have that happen? And this is exactly the issue. She was asked about this during the press briefing. Let's take a listen.
That you are looking for a job at CNN or MSNBC?
I have more than enough on my plate here, so you can't get rid of me quite yet. Sorry, Peter, for you on that. And so I will see you all on Monday. Thank you, everyone.
No denial that she's not meeting with them, no ruling it out whatsoever.
Well, and we know she's planning on leaving.
And she is gonna leave. Yeah, that's the context, is that she said she's gonna retire at the end of the year. So, okay, no denial, it's happening while she is working on behalf of the US government. You always bring up that great Simone Sanders quote about how she's like, yes, I will be joining MSNBC, but I'm still gonna use my platform to defend the Biden administration after working as Kamala Harris's communications director. So you're state TV now. Okay, just say it.
Well,
and
to make a connection with the Russia-Ukraine stories that we have been covering, I mean, RT and Sputnik and all the Russian state-backed media channels have all been banned from all these different platforms. Like, how is this really any different? I mean, yeah, there's some technical separation, but you're literally talking to the White House spokesperson about a job while she's still in that position, trying to court her. She will end up at one of these channels. I mean, it's just without a doubt that is definitely going to happen, because they imagine in their mind there's some constituency for her, which there's not. And so, yeah, you're going directly from that post into what's supposed to be this independent network. But is there any doubt that you're going to be doing exactly what Simone Sanders admitted to doing, which is towing the line for your former boss and the people that you are likely to potentially work with again in the future as well? No, because also, I mean, and this is the other problem with our media, is it's all about the access game. So she wants to keep her access to all those people. She doesn't want to piss them off and criticize them and have a problem on her hands there. So yeah, it's also a sad sign of the total lack of talent in liberal media.
That's actually probably the best point.
And the total, because, I mean, they know that they have no replacement for Rachel. Yeah. And while she's been out, her ratings dropped, what was it, by 25%? A third? It was a catastrophic, immediate drop when they put somebody else in her chair. So they kind of know they don't have anyone internally who can even come close to fill in the shoes. So they're grasping for, well, who could we get? And it also just goes to show you, they don't understand what it actually takes to build that audience that Rachel has built. She's one of the few in cable news that has that loyal audience that will show up for her. They really have no idea what it looks like to find someone who can do that. I mean, MSNBC, they stumbled on Rachel. They first stumbled on Keith Olbermann. And they were trying to be like neutral network then. And then Keith Olbermann's program in opposition to the Iraq War and Bush, that really takes off because that voice wasn't really being heard anywhere.
Right.
Rachel is one of his regular guests, and so they sort of stumble on her as a property as well. But now, when they allow basically no dissent over there, there's no one that's really interesting who's going to be able to draw in that audience that isn't already satisfied by the standard issue liberal line in any number of other places. So
yeah, I think
they're kind of hosts.
That's the biggest problem for them. They have no ideological diversity, and they've now reduced it to the people who can't. And I just can't help but think about all these former government officials on TV is so disgusting. I was just remembering Josh Earnest, by the way, now the CCO, Chief Communications Officer of United Airlines. Congratulations, Josh. Former White House press secretary. He was an NBC News analyst. Ben Rhodes, who used to work for Obama, NBC News analyst. All these former CIA directors and all these people getting paid by these I mean, that is what state TV is all about. It's just as gross on Fox.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's such an artificial and repulsive edifice to watch these people who have clear interests switch between TV and government. You want to talk about the real revolving door that should have bans on it? We should ban all White House press secretaries and former government officials for 5 years after their employment from being able to appear as a paid contributor on network television. Let's go ahead and do that. The propaganda would go down by 50% overnight.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I mean, I look over at CNN where they're betting on like Casey Hunt and
Good luck.
who else
They're already
they got
firing
over there.
people on CNN Plus.
They've got the Anderson Cooper like parenting show they're planning. There's some other, what was it? There's like a Don Lemon.
Jake Tapper's
cooking
book club.
show or something. Somebody's doing a cooking show. A book club. The Jake Tapper book club. That's what I was trying
She
to
actually is pretty popular. I don't watch this stuff. Alison Roman, I think.
Yeah, see, that seems like I could see some logic to that bet.
Right.
Yeah, Chris Wallace, these other people. Of course, there's already reports. This is another thing that we've been planning to talk to you about, but never got to because of the war.
Right.
That, the CNN Plus streaming service may already be in danger. And the dude that they're bringing in is in line with the, hey, we got to get back to the hard news thing that some top investors were also looking at.
So if the war calms down, we'll bring you more of that.
Yeah, many things are afoot here.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Hey, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut. Our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions. All that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.